What is going on, my friends? Hank here from Sprues and Brews Scale Modeling, and today we are talking all about cockpit detailing. The good folks over at AMMO MIG sent me a few of these Red Fox Studios quickset 3D instrument panels to test out and share with you guys. These are an awesome option for somebody like me that builds a lot of 1/48 scale aircraft, but doesn't necessarily want to spend a ton of time working on cockpit details with photoetch or otherwise. These little acrylic detail upsets are super easy to use and give you a ton of detail just like that. You can get these on there in no time at all, finish yourself a realistic cockpit, and then move on to the rest of your build. So I'll show you how these work, and I'll leave some links in the description below if you'd like to grab some for yourself. They've got a ton of options available in various scales, so odds are they've got a set for the kit that you are working on. Alright, so for this demo, I'm going to be using this 1/48 scale BF109 G6 kit. This is designed for Tamiya's iconic Gustav, and I'm really excited to see how these are going to work out. As you can see, this kit already has a nice bit of cockpit detail, but normally we'd have to do some super fine detail painting on these control panels, as well as use some water slide decals. So this Red Fox set is still going to be quite an upgrade and save us some time. Popping open our package here, you can see just how detailed this little set is, and we've got a nice clear instruction sheet to tell us how to use this product. The first thing we're going to need to do here is sand down some of the surfaces on our kit parts to make a nice flat spot for our 3D acrylics. The manual shows you exactly which areas to sand down on each kit piece, and the easiest way to do this, I think, is just break out your trusty nail file and gently work down those surfaces. For some of the smaller, delicate parts, a bit of sandpaper can also work pretty well. Once our parts are all sanded down, we can go ahead and build up our cockpit sub-assemblies as called out in the regular kit instructions. Before we apply our detail upset, we're going to want to paint our cockpit, of course, so I've gone ahead and sprayed everything with a black primer coat, followed up with a bit of Dunkelgrau. After that, we can go ahead and brush paint in the little details that won't be covered by our acrylic aftermarket parts, so our control stick, some of the levers, our oxygen tubing, etc. I also like to do a little bit of dry brushing with some metallics just to make the space look a little more heavily used. Then we're going to go ahead and apply a quick gloss varnish coat and do a little bit of a wash using some AMMO MIG dark wash and some odorless thinner. This will help accentuate all of our tiny little details and again help the space seem a little more used. Once that's all dry, we can start applying our 3D instrument panels. Using a bit of super glue and a toothpick, we can just add a drop of glue right where we want to place our panel. And before the glue sets, we can carefully place our acrylic panel into position. You can see already that these offer a really nice level of detail, especially at this tiny 1/48 scale in a relatively small aircraft. These go on super smoothly and are actually really easy to work with compared to decals. They cut a few steps out of the process, which is awesome, and the 3D element is a lot more realistic. The one thing I will warn you about though, and this is no fault of the product, is I did lose some of the panels while I was working, unfortunately. They're so tiny, and I think my breath or even just a little bit of commotion on my bench blew some of them off the backing paper and into the ether while I wasn't paying attention. That's all part of scale modeling, you just gotta roll with it, but be sure to put these in a safe place while you're working so you don't also lose some bits to the carpet monster like I did. We can go ahead and apply all those panels in the same method and boom, you got yourself a nice upgraded BF109 cockpit. I had a blast with these, would highly recommend giving them a go on your next aircraft build. As I mentioned, I'll link to them in the description below. And if you like the video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you like, you can check out some more aircraft modeling tutorials right here. Until next time, my friends, be well, happy building, cheers.